Welcome to Rick's Corner, brought to you by Old School Labs, the brand I trust and the only one I put my name to. Use my code drasin12 on the link below.
Welcome to Rick's Corner. The man, the myth, the legend. Now on with the show.
All right. Welcome to Rick's Corner. Today I have a guest who's a friend of mine who helped me through a couple of emergencies, through surgeries in the hospital, and brought me some food and things. And a very nice woman, Heidi Miller, who's a really good friend. And I'm the first guy she met at Gold's Gym.
Yes, you are. The very first day that I walked in, and you were on that first bike right there.
I was.
And I must have looked really lost because you said, "Hi, I'm Rick," and I was like, "Hi," and I was so overwhelmed.
Well, I had the dog with me.
Right? Yes, that's right. And I was like, "Can I pet your dog?" and we went from there.
Yeah, and we've been friends ever since. And I've seen you in your training where you just don't stop. I mean, you train hard.
Yeah, and it's for me it's recent. I just started working out 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So I lost 45 pounds. Weight training for me has
You were
been,
45 pounds heavier?
Yes.
I can't imagine.
Yes.
You got like the perfect body.
Oh, thank you.
Well, you know you do. There's nobody in that gym better looking than her, or anybody I've seen anywhere for that example. She's got the best body, the best personality, the prettiest woman I've ever seen, and she's as nice as she can be. How can you have everything?
You know.
Yeah, I know. So, when you started training, did you have any clue what you were going to do with it, or did you have a goal in mind? Or
Oh,
what?
no clue whatsoever. All I knew was that I didn't want to be fat anymore, and I didn't want to be unhealthy. I went to a boot camp, actually. A friend of mine who had 3 children also said, "Oh, well, I went to boot camp afterwards, and it really got me back in shape." And I thought, like, okay, well, I'm never doing that. And then I thought, okay, well, she can do it, I can do it. And so I signed myself up for this boot camp, and I was convinced that I would fail. And I got there and I cried, and literally tears, like, I can't do sit-ups, I've had 3 C-sections, I can't do a push-up, all these I can't, and they're like, just try, just show up every day and try. And I did, and I started having fun, and it wasn't even about the weight loss anymore. It was about learning new skills and being there with other people and having something to do. And I really did feel, I started to realize every time I would leave, I felt accomplished.
Well, success comes in cans and failure comes in can'ts.
This is so true.
So when you can't do something, you've already failed. And I don't like the word try. People tell me, I'm going to try. Well, if you're going to try, that means you're not going to do it.
Yeah.
Because try to me is fail.
Yeah.
You got to succeed. You got to do it. Well, you did a complete transformation.
Yeah, it was amazing.
You changed your whole diet and everything, huh?
Oh yeah, that was a big deal. Is that for me to realize that what I thought was eating healthy was not healthy. I mean, big salads with lots of dressing and croutons, but it's a salad. But it's not really. And
not really.
Wasn't eating enough greens or vegetables. For me, everybody's body is different. For me, once I cut out sugar and any kind of wheat, or really most carbs, the weight just fell off. And I started to realize I would go to restaurants and I would look at the menu and I really want that pasta, but I think, well, how am I going to feel after I eat the pasta?
Exactly.
And I was usually exhausted and just lethargic and bloated. And so I was like, I'm going to have the chicken. And I thought, well, if I have the chicken, then I can have the dessert afterwards. And then I get so full on the chicken, I wouldn't want the dessert. So.
I think like that too. I mean, I'll get pasta with something, maybe a chicken parmesan or whatever, and then it gets to the pasta and I won't eat it. I just I'd lost my taste for it.
Yeah, and I think that's it. You have.
But I don't lose my taste for spumoni ice cream.
Right. Well,
And then my daughter says ice cream doesn't count because it melts.
Oh, well, this is a good point.
It's a good point. So then you had a marathon.
Yes. So I had run a marathon. 8 years ago. And it was one of those ones where I thought, well, that was going to be how I was going to get in shape, as I was going to run a marathon. So I got some book on running a marathon, and I did it by myself, and I did everything wrong. I kind of skimmed the book and didn't really read it, and I just started running, and I completely overtrained for it. I had run the 26 miles the weekend before the race.
Oh my God.
Right. Yeah. And then also, I didn't realize that the importance of carbs when you're running. So I was, instead of like gummy bears and Twizzlers and bagels and bananas, things that you're supposed to eat in the race, even Gatorade, I wasn't touching. I had packed myself with a little packet of nuts.
That's all?
Yeah, that's what I was going to get me through the race. So I didn't have anything
I
else.
always carry a couple of nuts around.
Which is great for... Oh my God! How did I fall into that one?
I had to say it.
Oh my God! But so the worst part about it was in Hawaii. So we had flown to Hawaii, and I had packed the nuts in my water bottle before I left. And so on the race, we're like mile 17. I am dying. It's humid.
Yeah.
This is a Honolulu Marathon. So you go up over Diamond Head at mile 7, and then you run out to the highway, and you come back and you run back over the Diamond Head at mile 25. So I was dying. So I'm running mile 17. I take the nuts, I put them in my mouth, and I was like, oh, these taste awful. And I look, and I had not dried the bottle, so they were moldy.
Oh
so
my
I had just
God.
taken a big
Horrible.
mouthful of more. It was horrible, but I finished the race. I was delirious. It was horrible, and I was like, I begged my husband to never let me do that again.
No, and it's too humid there.
Right. And of course, LA Marathon's coming up, and I was like, well, okay, maybe one more try. And LA Marathon is a beautiful marathon. And so I kept my training up, and 2 days before the marathon, I got food poisoning. So I couldn't eat anything starting Friday night, couldn't keep anything down or drinking. And I said, just give me the starting line. I got to the starting line, and of course it rained. It was the worst weather they've ever had. And I made it 17 miles before I called my husband and said, just pick me up. I'm not going to do it. And so it was this constant thing of like, I need to make this successful for me. And so 2 years ago, I ran LA, and it was hugely successful. And I had a blast. I didn't put any time restrictions on it. I just went out and ran, had a good time, and I really did have a blast. So this January, when I was training my friend Diva, who had just started running, she kind of said, oh, I have this friend who's running a half marathon. I could never do that. And I was like, of course you could. What are you talking about? You've got no injuries. Of course you could do that. And she's like, okay, should we do LA? And I said, yeah, it's in 4 weeks. Let's do it. And so
I thought those guys were gone. They're still blowing leaves out there. No, I think he's gone. Okay.
All right. So she was such a sport, and we trained. We did 6 miles, and then 12 miles, and then we did the 13.1.
That's a lot of work.
Before. And then the marathon, we ran the marathon together. She sprinted the last 2 miles. And she got her medal, and she finished. She had run a marathon by training 10 and a half weeks, having never
And didn't
run
think
before.
she could do it.
She didn't. And my favorite part is I have a video I'm holding, and we're running across. I'm like, run faster! And we're running, and we crossed the finish line. She said, is it done? And I was like, it's done! You did it! And then they put this, and she's sobbing. It was so beautiful. It was really
so much work.
Probably one of the highlights of my life.
Were you hitting the weights at the same time?
Yes. Yeah, I was, because also at the same time I was actually training for the Gold's Gym.
I saw you coming. It looked like
Challenge.
you're really depleted.
Yeah, I was very depleted. Yeah, so rather than choose one or the other, I decided to do both. So I had gained a bunch of weight, not too much, but it got kind of unhealthy over Christmas holiday purposefully, so that I could get my before pictures for the Gold Gym Challenge, and then lose as much as possible and gain as much muscle mass in 12 weeks. And so I was able to successfully do that at the same time.
So you gained weight to lose weight?
Yeah, I gained fat to lose fat and gain muscle. Yeah, I basically was pretty sedentary in December.
That reminds me of a story, because when Joe Weider was alive and Ken Waller and all of us at the beach, he'd use Ken for his ads for losing weight.
Yeah, right.
And he would go out and drink 2 or 3 milkshakes and stick his belly out and take a photo, and then next to it he put the one after all that where he was actually already in shape.
Yeah.
And they thought he lost all that weight through one of Joe Weider's products, and it was just a fake picture.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, I did do as much as I can to make that beginning photo look kind of horrendous.
Yeah.
Like I didn't wear makeup, and I wore a bathing suit that I knew would fit me at the end, but was a little too small for me at the beginning.
Like a mugshot.
Bulging a little bit. I had a kind of a sour face look on my face, and I definitely got a little tan for the last one.
Oh no, you got to do that. You got to do all that.
Yeah.
And you worked with a few trainers at Gold's?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, it's been really nice. I've been able to. I love working with trainers because I always learn something from each and every one. So I personally think that if you're going to be working with a trainer, you have to keep growing as a person. And so I'll see people who work with trainers for years on end, and they don't really, their body's not changing. They fall into a rut.
Oh, I see it all the time.
Yeah, and I always want to encourage those people. It's especially relationships, so I can understand why people would feel safe in that. But me, I like to train in different gyms. I like to train I like hiking. I like a bunch of different athletics. But I also like to see how other people do stuff.
Yeah, because there's a lot of trainers that I've seen that they just do everything wrong. They have no clue on what they're doing with these people, and I thought, you get paid for this.
Well, I do feel like if it's my job to motivate my client.
Yes, well, you're training people now.
Yeah, okay, so exactly. So within this everything, I had actually lost all the weight, and people started asking me to train them, and I thought, well, I don't want to hurt them. I want to know what I'm doing. So I went back and got my training certification, and then just posted the picture of me with my certificate, and within 3 days I had a fully booked roster and a waiting list.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
Yeah.
But you know what you're doing anyway. Just through trial and error.
Right, but I did actually learn a lot through that NASM course about stability and about how to train somebody from zero to a fully functional skeletal muscle package.
But you know, when you're training somebody and you teach them something, I used to train people in the ring, I train them in the gym, I always learn something by actually talking to them.
Right, exactly.
I reevaluated what I already knew, but I always learned something new by talking to them about it.
Right.
Isn't that funny how that happens?
Yeah, and another thing that I've just recently got a position as a trainer. I'm one of the world's first biohacking trainers now.
And what does that mean?
Biohacking is a way where you take technology and it's all measurable and data driven, so we can see how certain exercises affect the body. So this facility called Upgrade Labs has all of these modalities, they call them, and each one does a certain thing. For instance, we have a cryo chamber. We know what a cryo chamber does, right? It's the cold therapy. It also boosts endorphins. It helps increase metabolism. It helps actually with depression, anxiety. I do it every day when I go in there. It goes to negative 220 degrees.
No, I've been to one.
Oh, they're amazing.
Yeah.
And so we have a recovery side with that, and a red charger and some other really cool things. And then we have a strength side, which has some really cool modalities that have been used by NASA for years. A lot of technology that in research that's been around for years that we've known about, but now we've put it in a user-friendly environment. So we have a bike called Carol, and she's AI, and she learns you. So you get on her, and the technology is such that it's 2 20-second sprints on Carol over 8 minutes is the same as a 45-minute run.
Wow.
So that's how the way it's a resistance training. She learns you and how fast she can push you. You also have headphones, and she's telling you a story about how you're a Neanderthal and you're walking through the woods. And then, oh my God, there's a lion chasing you, and you have to run faster. And then you calm down and you breathe. And then you run again, and it's really motivating.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, and if you use it 3 to 4 times a week, over 4 to 6 weeks, it changes the way your body reacts to insulin.
Oh.
So we have one setting on there you have 38-minute sprints, and that one burns 9 times as much fat as a regular 45-minute jog.
God, they come out with something new all the time.
Yeah, but like I said, this technology, this information has been around for 30 years and tested in laboratories, and we know that it works. But now we have it as...
Where are you training? Are you training people in their home or just out and about?
A little bit of both. I have a private training gym that I work out of, B&B Fitness.
Okay.
And then I go to people's homes as well.
Okay.
And then I also train people at Upgrade Labs.
Where's it?
Upgrade Labs. It's in the Beverly Hilton Hotel.
Oh, that's nice over there.
Yeah.
Top notch.
It's literally by the pool. I get to...
Oh my God.
It's so beautiful.
Oh, the life in Beverly Hills. Did you ever think in a million years you'd be doing this?
No, not at all. No, I completely self-doubted. I am... Actually, that's a really good point. When the first week that I was in LA, I had moved we had been living in Vienna. And we had a friend that was on a TV show here that was Star Trek. And he was great, and we got to spend Christmas with his family, and we went on a hike on the day after Christmas, and with some of his neighbors who were with their trainer, and they were like running up the hill, and the trainer was just in such good shape. And I thought, I could never, I literally said, I could never do that. Oh my gosh, how do you do that? It's amazing. And I think that kind of little seed kind of sat in the back of my mind forever. And so then when I actually saw that I can change people, I can help people with this, and not even just help with their fitness, but everything in their lives, their confidence, you know, their stress levels, everything.
It all figures into one deal.
Yeah, emotionally it's attached as well. I find that when I train people, they talk to me and they open up about things that are bothering them. Just by doing that, it alleviates stress.
It's like being a hairdresser.
It is. It is. But to be able to see them, sometimes 4 times a week, you really feel like a lot of it's therapy, but in the most positive way, because you're able to distract them with you're kind of keeping their monkey brain kind of occupied while they're figuring stuff out. So you're like, come on, let's do some some sit-ups, some push-ups, and their head is the wheels are cranking.
Yeah. No, if it helps you mentally, it helps you physically.
Yeah.
You can't do one without the other when you go to the gym. I mean, I'm going through this thing right now, and I go in there and I feel, once I start my workout and do something and leave, I say, well, I'm sure glad I did this.
Yeah.
I can't imagine sitting home doing nothing.
Right. I know.
Just won't do that. So if people wanted to reach you and train with you, where would they find you?
The best way is Instagram, the Heidi Miller Method.
Heidi Miller Method. Sounds like X-Files.
I know.
I like it.
We were trying to figure out what to call it, and all of the people I were training were like, well, clearly that's what this is. And so we're laughing because I haven't actually put into words what the Heidi Miller Method is. Yeah. I do know in my head, but I haven't actually written it down yet. But
I don't think you need to. It's just good like that.
It's pretty much just have fun and do what works for you, and find your groove. Just find.
Yeah. Well, you sure have. I want to thank you for taking time in this 300-degree weather to come over here.
It's my pleasure, and I'm so happy you invited me.
I am too. We learned a lot about you and where to reach you and to train with you. And I know you're full right now, but anybody you want to train with Heidi Miller Method on Instagram, and let her see you and talk to you, and maybe she can help you out like she's done herself and everybody else that she's with, because she's done a terrific job on herself, that's for sure. So proud of you.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for watching Rick's Corner, and we will see you all next time. Hope you enjoyed the video brought to you by Old School Labs. Use my discount code DRASIN12 on the link below at oldschoollabs.com. Hey everyone, now you can have the Gold's Gym logo drawn by me, the artist Rick Drasin, personalized and made out to you and signed by me to frame and put on your gym wall or wherever you see fit to do so. It's a piece of bodybuilding history. It will never be duplicated again. It's the largest selling icon t-shirt logo in the world, and I'm the guy that drew it, and I will draw it for you. Just go to my website, rickdrasin.com, and order there. You can pay through PayPal, and it'll be sent out right away. And be sure to watch Rick's Corner for all the videos on bodybuilding, nutrition, fitness, pro wrestling, and anything that suits your interest as far as getting physically fit and being the best you can be from the golden era of bodybuilding.
He's the equalizer, baby. See you next time.